everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought when I watched today. And today I picked up one title from Goodwill and also received one title in the mail, so let's take a look at everything I got. The first title I picked up today I grabbed from my local Goodwill for only $1.97, and that was The Orphanage. Now this is a movie I remember seeing trailers for, but then never seeing anything about this movie ever again. Never saw one review on it, never heard anybody say anything positive or negative about the film. It just sort of disappeared after the trailers. So from that I kind of assumed it probably wasn't very good. The reason nobody was talking about it is because the movie sucked. So for the past few years now when I come across this one at flea markets, pawn shops, and thrift stores, I always pass it up because, like I said, I just heard nothing about it, so I figured it was probably bad. But today when I came across it for $1.97, I figured, well, maybe I'll look up some reviews on it, see if it at least gets some decent reviews. And actually, it gets pretty positive reviews. Apparently, this is a pretty decent horror movie. So, kind of upset at myself for skipping over it for so many years, because if this does turn out to be a great movie like everybody apparently says, yeah, I kind of wish I would have seen it a lot sooner. But picking it up today for only $1.97, I figured that was a great deal, and I can't wait to check it out. And the second title I got today I received in the mail from my friend Valerie, who's always on the hunt for movies for me. Whether it's good deals online or coming across something for cheap in a store, she will always let me know. And she said she came across a bunch of these titles for only $1 and asked if I wanted one. I said sure, so she picked one up and sent it to me, and that was the biography of Barack Obama. Now, when it comes to Barack Obama, I'm indifferent. I'm not thinking he's some great president or some bad president. I'm just kind of whatever when it comes to him. So it's not like I'm some diehard fan and can't wait to check out the biography of Barack Obama. No, but this is a biography documentary, and those are always very well done, and he is an American president. Whether it's Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, whomever, if it's an American president, I'm certainly interested in hearing about their life. The unfortunate thing about this is it came out in 2008, so we're not really going to get all that into his presidency, unfortunately, which doesn't really make much sense to me. Why would you put out a biography on anybody before they're dead? It just doesn't seem to make sense. Once somebody dies, you can do a biography of their entire life. Up until their death, you can only do a biography up until whenever your documentary has been shot. So we're not actually getting a full documentary of Barack Obama, we're getting a partial documentary on Barack Obama's life, which is definitely a downfall. But regardless, as I said, biography documentaries are always really well done. I enjoy watching them, so for $1, definitely had to get this. So that's it for what I bought today, so now into what I watched. And today I checked out Never Too Young to Die. Oh my god, where to begin with this film? It was just as cliche as it gets, horrible acting, just a bad movie. And that is why it was so brilliant. This is one of the best movies I've seen this year thus far. If you know me, I love cheese. And this movie here, I'm sure if you looked up cheese in the dictionary, you're not going to see a hunk of, American cheese or Gouda or something like that. You're going to see this film. This is the definition of cheese. And it was just fantastic. I laughed more during this film than I have at some of the comedies I've seen recently. Just absolutely brilliant. We have John Stamos, Vanity, and oh, I love Vanity. I love seeing her in movies. And also Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons in this movie plays a hermaphrodite. Yes, a hermaphrodite who's dressed as a woman the entire film. I love the scene where this one guy's talking about Gene Simmons, and he calls him hermaphrodite, and then goes into explaining what a hermaphrodite is, as if the audience, is going to be like, wait, what's a hermaphrodite? He goes, oh, he's a hermaphrodite, a half man, half woman. It's hilarious. It felt like a 1950s B movie where they kind of say something and explain everything to the audience. I felt like I was watching a spoof. This movie didn't even feel real. This felt like a spoof movie. Had this been put out last year as a spoof, I could see that. I mean, this just excellent. The end fight scene between John Stamos and Gene Simmons when they're fighting and stuff, it's great. Gene Simmons is about to basically kill John Stamos. He's hanging off this dam, and John Stamos looks at him and goes, I just want to say one last thing. I just want to say how beautiful you are. And of course, Gene Simmons gets all flustered by it, and then they start fighting because John Stamos, you know, gets off hanging off the edge of the dam, and they start fighting again. And Gene Simmons ends up being able to kick his ass once again. But what happens? John Stamos bites Gene Simmons in the tit. Yeah, bites his boob. Yes, I was laughing so hard when I saw this. Scenes like that make this movie absolutely fantastic. And by far, one of the greatest cinematic moments I've ever seen in my entire life is the lead up to John Stamos and Vanity having sex. Now, I'm not sure there's a clip of this on the internet. In fact, I might try to look it up. I'm going to see if there's one on YouTube. If there is, I'll put a link to it down below. I mean, I'm not promising anything, not sure if I can find it or not, but if there is video of this, I gotta show you. I mean, you kind of know from the very beginning, yeah, John Stamos and Vanity are probably going to have sex at some point during this film. It's one of those types of movies. But it's just the scene leading up to it where Vanity is trying to basically like seduce John Stamos. Just fucking hilarious. I cannot recommend this movie enough. Yes, it's not going to be for everybody. My wife, she wasn't necessarily watching with me, but she was sitting on the couch playing on her computer while I was watching this. And she was looking up every now and then. And when it was over, she goes, "You liked that?" She just couldn't believe that I liked this film. So it's not going to be for everybody. But if you are a fan of just cheeseball movies, this one here is within the top 10 greatest cheesy movies ever made. There's very little that's going to surpass this film. So if you like cheese, this movie is something you must pick up and you must see. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be released on DVD yet here in the States. I do believe there's a bootleg DVD out there. I did type in Never Too Young to Die DVD, and I think some bootleg DVDs came up, so you can order one of those, I guess, if you want. But unfortunately, never released to DVD in the States. So if you want to get yourself a copy, you're probably going to pick up a VHS, or I'm going to assume this is probably released on Laserdisc as well, so you can probably get that. But I recommend doing whatever it takes to get your hands on a copy of this. It is fantastic, it is brilliant, it is cheesy as all hell, but it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's just, they say so bad it's good. This movie's so bad that it's absolutely brilliant, fantastic, amazing, just perfect. So I would highly recommend checking this film out if you like cheese. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely excited about picking up The Orphanage from my local Goodwill. Looking forward to checking it out. Like I said, for the longest time I just assumed it was a bad film because I hadn't heard anything about it. But since it does actually get good reviews online, I'm glad I picked it up and I look forward to checking it out. Also getting in the mail the biography of Barack Obama. You know, I'm sure it'll be okay. It's a biography documentary. They're usually well done and I do enjoy watching them. It's just, you know, who the biography's on as whether or not I'm going to enjoy it, you know, more so than other ones. And as far as Barack Obama goes, like I said, I'm not a die-hard fan of his. I'm not super interested in checking out Barack Obama. So even though I'm sure it's going to be very well done, I'm not absolutely dying to see it. But I do look forward to checking it out either way because, again, it is a biography documentary and I'm sure it'll be good. But checking out Never Too Young to Die, wow, just wow. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Yes, as I said, it is cheesy, it is bad, it is cliche, it's ridiculous. But that is why it is purely fantastic. And as I said, it's not going to be for everybody, but if you are a fan of cheesy movies, this is one you have to have in your collection. It is by far in my top 10 list of greatest cheesy movies ever made. It is just absolutely fantastic and you must see it. So that's it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about